What's up, guys? I'm Seth.
And I'm Lauren.
Welcome back to S
and L
Media.
Today we're going to be talking about our top 5 tips for travel photography.
Let's go. What's up, guys? As you know, Lauren and I have been in China for a few weeks now, so we thought we'd give you guys our top 5 tips for travel photography. Tip number 1 is regarding camera gear, and that is to pack lightly. I always have the tendency when I want to travel and do photography to bring all the gear that I possibly can fit in my bag. And while it seems like a good idea, you're going to be doing a lot of walking, a lot of bus riding, a lot of subway hopping, so you don't want to have a weighed down bag to wear you down before you get to that shot that you really need to be focused to take. So what we recommend is picking a few lenses that really cover your focal length, maybe 1 or 2 primes and a zoom, and then call it good. Don't pack your bag full with pounds and pounds of gear, or you're gonna be exhausted, you're gonna be miserable, you're not gonna be able to focus on the craft that you're really trying to execute. What we brought with us is a Sony 85mm f1.8, and a Sigma 35mm f1.4, and then a Tamron 27-75 f2.8, which is on the camera filming us right now. We shoot a lot of portraits, some landscape, and some architecture photography, not a whole lot of wildlife or anything like that, so we don't need as far of a reach as far as lenses go. And these 3 split between the 2 of us is about 1.5 lenses each. So it doesn't really weigh us down too much, and it gives us space for other stuff in our bags, which you will definitely need if you're traveling out of country.
2, make sure you bring all the accessories that you might need. For example, SD cards, batteries, external batteries, cables, anything else you can think of, because when you get to that country, it's going to be a lot harder to find them once you need them. For example, we brought a converter. Outlets are different in all countries, so make sure you have one because obviously you need to charge your accessories. And ladies, this is also helpful for your flat irons and blow dryers and anything else.
In regards to a converter too, make sure you know the voltage of the country's outlets that you're going to be going to, because that'd be a really bad way to fry some of your gear. So do your research, make sure you have all the accessories you need before you go, because it's going to be a pain scrambling last second trying to find them when you're in a foreign place, you don't speak the language, etc. You can see how that would be very, very stressful. So that's tip number 2, pack all the accessories that you need. Tip number 3, make sure you prepare all of your translating apps before you go to that country. Obviously, speaking a different language in another country can be very difficult, and it can really restrict your ability to get to those cool places, to take those cool photos, which is the reason why you're going on the trip. So it's very important to prepare those apps beforehand, especially if you don't know if you're gonna have a good internet connection when you get there. So Google Translate's obviously a really good option for this, and it also has the capability to download each language so you can use it for offline use, which is super helpful. So just keep that in mind before you go, so you're not trying to figure that out once you get there.
Yeah, and if you didn't know, lots of apps have real-time photo translators like Google and WeChat, so that is obviously a very helpful thing when you're in the moment and you're trying to figure out what you need to do.
Yep, again, this is kind of up to you guys. Do your research, figure out exactly what you're gonna need as far as translation goes, download it all beforehand, get those languages downloaded offline so you can just get there and get to where you gotta go and take the pictures.
You're gonna want it.
Yep. So that's tip number 3, is prepare your translating apps beforehand. Another type of app that you're gonna wanna consider before going on your trip is VPNs, and that's our 4th tip. Know what country you're gonna go to and if you're gonna be required to use a VPN to access all the sites you use back home. We're in China, which means all the Google services, anything powered by Google, is blocked. So in order for us to use Instagram, Google, Gmail, YouTube, we need a VPN. So keep that in mind and do some research about what VPNs work best in the country that you're going to, so you can have that downloaded before you get there. Because if you don't, you won't be able to download it for the most part when you get there, because they'll be blocked. So that's another thing you really want to keep in mind, especially if you're going to take pictures and you want to share them with people, or if they're for clients and you need to send them back. It's very important that you have that prepared beforehand. And that is our 4th tip.
Last but not least is tip number 5. Be prepared to adjust to the food. When going to a new country, the food is going to be very different. Your body's not going to be used to it. There's different ingredients. It's prepared differently. For us, when we just got here, we had jet lag and our bodies did not want to eat when we were supposed to, so I got sick. But thankfully, we had some granola bars that we could munch off of while we're adjusting and going through that transition period. So definitely something to think about is bring some snacky, homey things that you can bring that'll help you get through that transition period.
Yeah, it's not that you can't eat the food, but it may take some time to find what you like. And during that jet lag process, your body's just gonna be out of whack. So the last thing you want is to be sick and in bed when you should be out taking sweet pictures of the scenery around you. So just prepare ahead of time, bring some extra snacks to get you through that transition process, and you'll be A-okay.
Yeah.
All right, well, that's it for today, guys. Those are our top 5 tips for travel photography. If you have any questions or comments, or you have any advice for other people traveling, leave it in the comment section below.
And don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you can be notified when we've got new videos out.
SNL out.